Here we go. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We will convene the agenda for Thursday, October 21st, and consider the matter that is scheduled for 1:30. And that is case numbers PL SPR 20-001, PL CUP 20-0001, PL DR 20-0004, and PL ALP 20-0001. The applicant for all of those applications is Wallachit Mini Storage LLC. And the request involves the construction of 5 buildings totaling approximately 102,371 gross square feet of storage. The site is located southerly of the interchange Wallachit Drive and SR 16 within the city of Gig Harbor. My name is Steve Casso. I'm the City of Gig Harbor hearings examiner. I am an attorney in the private practice of law with the firm of McCarthy and Casso that is located at 902 South 10th in Tacoma. So if anyone knows of a reason why I should not hear the matter, please indicate. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and proceed. The way we'll proceed then this afternoon is we'll first hear a presentation of the Community Development Department staff report by Kimberly Mahoney. Following that, we'll hear testimony from the applicant and those that wish to speak in favor of the request, and then testimony from those who wish to speak in opposition or have questions or concerns. Following conclusion of the hearing this afternoon, I will take the matter under advisement and will issue a written decision. That decision will be transmitted to the applicant as well as the applicant's representative, as shown on the front page of the staff report. If you need a decision mailed elsewhere or you're not on the list, just advise staff prior to the conclusion of the hearing that you wish to receive a copy, and they will make sure that you receive one at the address indicated. We are required to take all testimony in these quasi-judicial hearings under oath, and so prior to commencing your testimony, it will be necessary for me to swear you in as a witness, and then you can proceed with your testimony from there. So, Ms. Mahoney, do you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in the case now in hearing shall be the truth?
I swear.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're here today for your consideration and decision on the Wallachit Interchange Self-Storage Facility proposed at 6600 Wallachit Drive in Gig Harbor, Washington. The project is encompassed in permits for a site plan review, a CUP, an alternative design review, and an alternative landscape plan. And I should correct myself already, a CUP is a conditional use permit. The proposal includes the construction of 5 buildings, totaling an approximate 102,371 gross square feet that will be spread between buildings A, B, C, D, and E. The applicant is proposing a mix of storage lockers ranging in size from 25 square feet to over 250 square feet, and proposes 6 off-street parking stalls and 11 off-street loading berths to serve the site's mini storage use. Vehicular access is proposed via a new driveway off of Wallachit Drive. A mini storage land use is conditionally permitted in the site's RB2 residential and business zoning district as per the city's adopted land use matrix. In its present state, the site is a vacant 3.7 acre parcel in the RB2 zone with steep slopes affecting the perimeters of the site. These slopes have been addressed by a professional geotechnical engineer in a report included as Exhibit S to the staff report. The site is surrounded to the east, south, and the west by the RB2 zone and is developed with various professional offices and retail uses. The site is also bordered to the north by a small 0.18 acre parcel owned by the Department of Transportation in the R1 zone. Approximately 85 feet of city right-of-way separates the subject site from the Department of Transportation parcel to the north. The site was annexed into the city in 1995 as part of the Talman annexation via Ordinance 690. This annexation included 120 acres of land and subjected the land to a concomitant agreement which governed certain land uses, design, and lot coverage of land within the annexed area. The concomitant agreement is included with the staff report as Exhibit H, and the applicant's proposal has been reviewed against the relevant development standards governed by the concomitant agreement. in addition to the municipal code and relevant local codes and ordinances. Applications for these land use entitlements were submitted to our office on January 21st of 2020, and the applicant subsequently applied for 4 variances with the Public Works Department, which are included as Exhibit I to the staff report. Each of these variances was approved by the city engineer and were considered in staff's recommendation to the hearing examiner this afternoon. The applicant submitted a critical areas report that analyzed all critical areas within regulated proximity of the subject site. This report was reviewed by the city's third-party environmental consultant for consistency with all relevant provisions of the Gig Harbor Municipal Code. And our consultant recommended the city accept the findings and conclusions of the report, which indicated no adverse impact to critical areas. The city issued a determination of non-significance, or a DNS, in its processing of the SEPA permit file associated with the subject development, and received 2 comments in response to the DNS's notice from the Department of Ecology and the Squaxin Island Tribe of Indians. These comments are included as Exhibit K to the staff report. Having reviewed these comments, staff recommended the adoption of Condition 10 as it is written in the staff report in the hearing examiner's decision. Since the date of the staff report, however, staff has engaged in communication with the applicant and with the Department of Ecology and has prepared revised language to Condition 10 for the hearing examiner to consider incorporating in his decision. This revised conditional language, as well as additional background justifying the revised language, are included in an addendum prepared by staff and transmitted to the hearing examiner's office on October 21st, 2020, which staff requests to be included to the examiner's decision as Exhibit U. No appeals to the project's DNS were timely filed with the city. This project's application, its public meetings, and this hearing have all been appropriately noticed to the public. No comments from the general public were submitted to the staff for the hearing examiner's consideration. Staff has analyzed the requested permits against all relevant code requirements and against the criteria of approval required for each permit. This analysis is described in depth in Section 9 of the staff report. Having thoroughly reviewed the subject proposal and having considered the comments and recommendations of other agencies, staff recommends the hearing examiner approve the applications that are the subject of this hearing and incorporate staff's recommended conditions of approval included in Section 11 of the staff report, with the one exception, and that is the revised conditional language included in Condition 10 recommended by staff, as was included in the addendum transmitted to the hearing examiner's office this afternoon. This concludes my introduction of the Willotchit Storage Project, and I'm happy to address any questions that you may have, Mr. Examiner.
Did I understand you to say that there would be a separate access or a joint access for this property?
It'll be access off of Willotchit Drive, but it'll be an extension of an existing curb cut that already provides access to a neighboring landscaping business to the south.
Okay, so that would then constitute a joint access with the landscape business and this business.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. We'll now hear testimony from the applicant and those that wish to speak in favor of the request. Who wishes to speak first?
Thank you, Mr. Examiner. My name is Steve Yester. I'm with Rush Development Company representing the applicant as its development manager.
Yeah, I need you to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in the case now in hearing shall be the truth?
I do swear.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Again, thank you, Mr. Examiner. My name is Steve Yester with Rush Development Company. We're the representative for the applicant. Today I'm mostly here to answer any questions you might have and express my appreciation to staff. As the report reflects, we spent considerable time and energy working together on preparing this project. I think it's a very fitting use for the unique characteristics of this property. And with the help of the DRB, I believe we have a design that is in accordance with the design criteria of the city and serves the function of the property. To follow up on the question about the access, That shared access with our neighbor is to be constructed by us as a shared access utilizing an easement that has been recorded between the two properties, and we have engaged the neighbor in the design. They're aware and supportive of the shared access. With that, I wanted to invite any questions for myself or also allow our architect, Stephen Bourne, to introduce himself.
I just had one question. Ms. Mahoney is recommending 11 conditions of approval at the end of the staff report, and I wondered if you'd had an opportunity to review those and if you have any questions or concerns about any of those conditions.
Yes, sir. We have reviewed the conditions, and I was appreciative of her work that she described in modifying condition number 10, and we accept the conditions with that modification without other comment.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Bourne, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in the case now and hearing shall be the truth? I think I didn't hear you. Do you have your mic? There you go. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Unmute. Thank you for hearing our case today. We are pleased to present this project. As Steve and Kimberly both detailed, it's been through many reviews. We had 2 pre-application design reviews and 3 regular design review meetings. All of them gave us excellent feedback that improved the project at each generation of design. So what we started with about 3 years ago doesn't look at all like what we have today, or vice versa, I should say. Today's design does not look at all. The evolution of this project brought forward everything that I had to offer, everything that Rush has to offer, and I am pleased to present this to the city. I believe this to be one of the best designs put forth around the region, in fact, maybe the nation, in a while. And in a few years to come, when this project is open and operating, it will definitely be an award candidate for in industry awards at this level. The big 3-story building has a radius arc that met the setback to the street, so it addresses the public view in an exceptionally soft and easy way because it has a radius to the building, which is unusual. And then there's a hierarchy to all the other buildings that work down from the majestic big 3-story to the bigger 1-story buildings to the smallest 1-story building in the middle. It has a secure perimeter that will protect the customers and their goods. We have a state-of-the-art security. We will have an operating office at a retail with a retail entry, and all of the whole design, I believe we have gotten to the point where it meets every standard that the Gig Harbor Design Review Board and design guidelines has put forth as either meeting the code prescriptively or offering a superior design alternative in its place. So thank you for hearing our case. I don't have anything else. If you have any questions, we're available. Thank you.
Just ask the same question I asked Mr. Yester, and that is, do you have any questions or concerns about any of the conditions of approval?
No, sir. We accept them as they are.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Mahoney, Ms. Andrews, did anybody else sign in that wants to speak? I heard some dings, and I didn't know if that was people.
No, I have no attendees.
Okay. Ms. Mahoney, do you have anything further?
I just want to ensure that your office received the addendum that I sent over this afternoon, Mr. Examiner.
Yes, it just came in right before we started the hearing.
Okay, great. Would it benefit the record for me to read in the revised conditional language, or is that unnecessary in your opinion?
I don't think it's necessary, as long as Mr. Bourne and Mr. Yester have received a copy of it and had a chance to review it. I don't think it's automatic. It will be made Exhibit U to the record, so I don't think it's necessary to read it into the record.
Thank you. Mr. Yester has received a copy of it, and so the recommendation by staff is that the conditional language include the revisions included in the addendum.
Okay. All right. Well, I will go ahead then and take the matter under advisement, and we'll proceed to issue a written decision. And once again, that will be transmitted to the the applicant and the applicant's representatives at the addresses shown there on the front page of the staff report. And if you needed a decision mailed elsewhere, just stay on the line there and let Ms. Andrews know so that we can make sure you get a copy of the decision at that address as well. So thank you very much for coming this afternoon then, and we are now adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Examiner. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you,
Cindy.
Kim.
Yeah, no problem, Mr. Examiner. I believe that this is the last time you and I will ever work together.
Wow.
Thank you for
goodness.
your service to Gig Harbor.
Well, thank you. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a real pleasure working with the city and with you in particular. And
Oh, thank you.
so I think I did see where we had a couple more hearings coming up, but you must not be involved in that.
I don't think I am, but I did want to say congratulations on your retirement. Enjoy. Have a wonderful time.
Well, thank you very much. I think my computer illiteracy is probably a good time to retire here on this board anyway. So, but thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I'd also like to extend my congratulations and good luck to you in retirement. We had a wonderful time working with you.
Well, thank you. And we've, both Jenny and I have enjoyed working with the staff there. It's been, like I say, been a real pleasure. And yeah, we're gonna be active in retirement too. So at any rate, we're looking forward to children and grandchildren and all that. So be sitting out at many ball games and stuff. So at any rate, well, thanks again. And I hope you end up with another good another examiner. So
We do too. I'll take your recommendations.
okay, all right. Thank you. And
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks
Good
a lot,
day.
everyone.
Bye.